Hi Swarna, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, sir. Thank you. What about you?
I'm good too. Thank you. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Varna. So I have 3.3 years of experience in manual testing. So in that 2 years is purely manual and 1.2 is in a manual come automation.
Mm-hmm.
So coming to the roles and responsibilities, so we are in our company following the agile methodology. So after logging, checking the emails, attending the stand-up meeting, and writing, analyzing the requirements, and writing the test cases, executing the test cases, writing the scripts, and giving the demos, and attending the catch-up meetings and sprint retrospective meetings. So these are my roles and responsibilities.
Okay, great. Very nice. So, Swarna, how do you start your day? What are the different activities that you do right from beginning of the day till the end?
Yeah, after login, so first we'll check the mails for the VAs because for sometimes, so after analyzing the requirements, we'll just raise the clarifications for BAs
Hmm.
in the user story. So because of that, so first we'll check the mails. After that, attending the stand-up meeting, and whatever the the BA commented, so we have to inform the developers are and writing the test cases and are executing the test cases. So in that way, so we'll start the uh, you know uh, um, days.
Okay. In your resume, you have mentioned that you have working knowledge of APK testing. What is APK testing?
So that is one of the app that for testing the we are doing mobile testing. So in that we have the libraries and also. So with the help of that, we'll do the mobile testing.
Hmm. So, how do you test an APK file?
In that we have the library. So with the help of that, we can easily connect the mobiles at the emulators. So with the help of that, we can do a mobile testing easily without having any other permissions and access. So we can do the mobile testing.
Okay. And it's also mentioned in your resume that you are capable of working at great pressures and tight deadlines. So,
Yeah,
can you
sir.
give me an example or scenario that happened in your career when there was a very tight deadline and still you delivered?
So in the previous company, so actually that one of the model, so they took up the in the starting days. So after that, for a few models, other few features are developed, and after that they have the particular group at the so they have swapped the peoples. So after that, the implementation of the particular model was stopped. So after for a few months, that model came to our group at the. So that time we got to know that. So after that, some other advanced features are there in that, but that is not yet developed in that particular model. So, but the release is there. After 3 days, we need to release that product particular model. So that time we got to know they have some blocker issues at the critical type of issues. So that time we had all our team members discussed, and we took that model, and identify the blocker type of issues and the critical. We have tested, and we tested on Saturday, Sunday also, so
Oh,
and we delivered it also.
great. So, there was an issue with the model that you are telling.
Yeah.
Hmm. So, how did you find the root cause? What was the issue?
Uh, uh, root cause. Sorry, I did not fix it.
Okay, you are not able to recall. So, root cause maybe you would have found the root cause that by identifying the issue, by reproducing the issue, maybe some user specific issue, maybe permission based issue, maybe access issue, right? There can be number of root causes behind that, right? So first, what kind of issue was that? Then root cause can be some developer would have checked in their code because of that the earlier code it was not working, or because of the new some enhancement that might would have broke off, right? So those things you can tell, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Swarna. Great, great. So see, the way you are answering, no, these are all the live questions. This will be asked to you because
Mm,
these things you have mentioned in your resume and it is getting highlighted. So while going through your resume, I'm just reading those things only, right?
sure.
Okay, so you are doing database testing also.
Mm, yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay, so what do you test? How do you do database testing?
So actually, we had used the MongoDB for the database testing. So there, so actually we are testing. So with the help of the name or the object ID with the last name. So in that, with the help of that, we'll just fetch the record, particular record, and in that we are checking the. We have an audit fields in that, like created on, created date, created time, time zone, and updated on. So all those audit fields are there. So we are checking that, and we are also use the Postman. So in that, developers give the URL and the status and the body. So we are just executing and we are checking. So what are the data types they have used and what are the status we are getting. So all those we are checking in the database.
Hmm. Okay, great. Okay, now what is final?
So final is a keyword.
Hmm.
So with the if it if we write the final keyword in front of the variable, so then we could we could not change the, or we cannot update the value. And if we write the final keyword in front of the method, so we can't inherit that property, I mean particular method. If we write the final keyword in front of the class, we cannot you know we cannot inherit that class.
Hmm. Okay, great. So I'll share my screen and I'll show you one Java program.
Sure.
You have to tell me what would be the output of this program.
Okay.
You seem to be, in a lot of tension. Please don't take a lot of stress or worry. This is a mock
Uh,
interview. Yeah.
uh,
Is my screen visible?
yes, sir. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Please smile. Yeah. Okay. Now, what would be the output of this Java program? Final is there, huh? So,
Ah,
yes. Yeah.
yeah, final keywords.
Hmm.
Sir, I think we'll get the compile time error.
That's perfect answer.
Because
Wonderful. Yeah. Now, why compile time error will come?
yeah, so
Hmm.
because we have used the final keyword
Hmm.
inside the bike class. Okay, so
Hmm.
we are extending the bike, I mean parent class in the child inside the. So we are extending the bike class.
Hmm.
So after that, we are trying to override that void run method. So, but we are using the final keyword there.
Hmm.
So we can't override that method. So the,
Absolutely.
again, you are creating an object for the child class, and we are calling that method. But it will get a compile time error this time.
Correct answer. Yeah. Now, what is extends keyword used for?
So extends keyword is used to inherit the properties the parent class to the child class.
Okay, great. Okay, now I'll show you one more program. Okay. Okay. So what would be the output of this program? Should I increase the font size? Is it readable?
No, sir. It's visible. Sir, we'll get the output as 20.
Mm-hmm. Correct, correct. Now, why 20 will come? Can you explain that thing?
Yeah, sir, because we are just declaring the variable.
Hmm.
So final int I. So after that, we are initializing the value for that variable. So we are not going to update or anything. So we are just for the first time we are initializing the value for that particular variable. So that's why we'll get the output as 20. So,
Perfect, perfect. Can we declare a constructor as final?
uh, I guess no, sir.
You don't know?
I think no, sir. We can't.
No, no. Okay, so you are giving answer as no. Yes, perfect answer. The constructor can never be declared as final because it is never inherited, right?
Yeah, correct.
However,
Yes, sir.
if you try to do so, then the compiler will throw an error. Can we declare an interface as final? Can we declare interface as final?
Um, I think no, sir. We can't.
Yeah, yeah. Be confident. You are going in the absolute right direction. Uh, your answers are correct. So don't add think word in that. Right? It's right only. Okay. Now, what is the difference between final method and abstract method?
Final method.
And abstract
Uh,
method. Hmm.
okay, in the abstract method, so we are using the abstract keyword in front of the method, and there is no implementation part for that particular method. So that is an abstract method. So final method is we are using the final keyword in front of the method, and we can't, inherit the properties anywhere.
Mhm. So abstract method cannot be final as we need to override them in the subclass to give its definition, right? That is the main difference between the final method and the abstract method.
Yes, sir. In child class, we need to override that method right now, sir.
Right, right.
Huh.
Okay. Now, let's move further. Okay. So now I'll give you one string. You have to write the Java program to count the total number of characters in the string. Okay. So let's say the string is the best of both worlds. Okay. Now you have to count the total number of characters in the string. So you have to write the Java program to count the total number of characters in the string. Hmm. You have joined from laptop, right?
Okay. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you please share your screen?
Yeah, sure. Is that my screen is visible, sir?
Actually, Zoom is visible. Yeah, yeah. Now it's visible.
Um, so, so what's the screen, sir?
The question. You want me to repeat the question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So I have mentioned that in the chat of the Zoom, you have to write the Java program to count the total number of characters in a string. The string I have shared with you in the chat box. The best of
Sure.
both the worlds. Yeah. You can take it. Yeah. Should I repeat the question?
No, sir. We need to count the you know characters.
Yes. Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Sir, are you able
Yes.
to hear me?
Yes, Varna. So this is done.
So sorry, sir. I'm not getting proper.
Okay, no worries. See, this is a mock interview. Even if you don't know the answer of the question, so that is totally fine. I'll help you with the answer. But in a real-time interview, be prepared for such questions you will be asked.
Sure.
Hmm? So let
Is this the correct, sir?
uh,
Or I mean, yeah,
so you have
can
to
you check it?
use for loop also. So what is the output of this program that you are getting? If you
So
run this program,
we are
uh, yeah.
we are only getting the compile time errors, sir, for this program first.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. So you are getting compile time error. Okay, let me share my screen and show you program. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Not.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Now is it visible?
No, sir, not visible still.
Not visible. Actually, there is some thundering going on at my end, so Wi-Fi got shut down. So I have connected from mobile internet.
Okay. Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Okay, great. Sometimes, you know, if we tell the truth, no, automatically things start happening right. So algorithm. So first, let us look at the algorithm. See, we'll be start defining one string, best of both the worlds. We'll set count to 0. We'll set I also equal to 0. We'll repeat step 5 to 6 until I is less than string dot length. So you'll be taking the length of this particular string, right? And then there is an if condition that we will be
Yes.
using. String dot character at I, right? So that is the if condition,
Yes.
and count is equal to count plus 1. Every time we'll be incrementing and we will be printing the count. This is the program. This is the string you mentioned in your program also. Then one more variable we are taking, count equal to 0. Counts each character except space. We don't have to count space, right? So that is for loop integer I equal to 0, I less than string dot length I plus plus, right? And this will be the if condition, and every time it will be incremented, right? And then the total output.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Screen is visible now.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay.
In the middle of the screen, it's just blank.
Okay. So shall I explain you again this algorithm and this program?
Yes, sir, please. Can
Okay.
you please explain it
Okay.
once?
So see, we have taken two variables. One is the string variable, another is the integer variable, which is count, right? The purpose
Yes.
of using count is it will count each and every character in, and we'll take string dot length also. What is the length of the string? So we'll repeat the for loop till I is less than string dot length. So till that particular, all the characters in that string are covered, right? And then we will
Yes, sir.
increment it by I plus 1. Then we will be printing the count. So this is how we'll be writing the program. Now coming to the program. So we are using two variables, string variable and integer count equal to 0. And then we are using one for loop, which will count each character except space, right? And then we will be
Correct.
printing the output, right?
Okay.
Is this fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So be prepared for Java programming questions. Those will be asked to you, right? Okay. Now,
Sure, sir.
can you give me an example of defect with low severity and high priority?
Low severity and high priority. Okay. So for some of the online application if you take an example for a kind of logo or the name. So if the logo is correct, but some color combination is not correct, so it's not going to affect the customer workflow. But it's look and feel is not for some time. Look and feel is also good. It should be in a matters. So that's why it will come under the high severity and the low priority.
Mhm. Right. So, which are the various weights in WebDriver?
Uh, Web drivers.
Yeah, in Selenium, weight commands in Selenium, types of weight in
Yeah.
Selenium. Yeah.
So find elements.
No, no, weights are different, like implicit weight.
Yeah, implicit weight
Weight.
and explicit weight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what is the difference between the two, implicit weight and explicit weight?
So implicit weight, uh, you know, uh, so so implicit weight will write after launching the browser or maximizing the browser, and it will be applicable to only the find element and find elements implicit weight. And if we write only once, so it will applicable to throughout the program. So coming to the explicit weight, so explicit weight wherever we want. So there and before that line we need to write the explicit weight, and there we are passing the condition as well for the explicit weight.
Hmm.
And um,
Right.
I think
Uh,
that's it.
yeah. So what is fluent weight?
Uh, no, sir, I don't.
Okay. So fluent weight in Selenium, it marks the maximum amount of time for Selenium WebDriver to wait for a certain condition until web element becomes visible, right? It also defines how frequently WebDriver will check if the condition appears before throwing the element not visible exception, right?
Okay, okay, sir.
Hmm. Okay, fine. What is tail element reference exception?
Scale element. So when the particular you know web element or the element is updated or it is not present in the document.
Hello, Swarna? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had got disconnected. Yeah. So we
Okay.
were discussing about what is tail element reference exception.
Yeah. So when the value is updated, but it is not there in the document,
Hmm.
so that time we'll get the stale element exception.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Swarna. I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir. So in which part and in which area I need to
Yeah.
you know
So
improve.
yeah, so you need to practice Java programming, writing Java programs, and then explaining also how. So once you are good with the logic of the Java programs, then you will be able to explain, right? Yeah.